Hi and a very good day to my lecturers. I am Rainy Stephanie and I'm going to present the finance-related movie that I watched entitled Trading Places. Trading Places is a 1983 American classic comedy film starred by Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd and directed by John Landis. The main characters in this movie are Louis Winthrop, Billy Ray Valentine, Randolph Duke, Mortimer Duke, and Color Man. The movie tells the story of Louis Winthrop, upper-class commodities broker, and Billy Ray Valentine, a poor street hustler. The living conditions of these two characters are changed as they swap places and live the lives of each other as an outcome of a bet between two brothers named Randolph Duke and Mortimer Duke, who owned the company Winthrop worked for, named Duke and Duke Company. Moving forward to the background of the movie, in the movie Trading Places, Valentine is a beggar on a street corner clothed in a piece of old and dirty cloth with torn in a large piece shoes with holes, and his whole appearance was dirty. He lives with intelligence. He attempts to trick others into thinking that he is a war veteran who has lost his vision and his legs. He's working hard to get people to trust him so that they will give him money. On the other hand, Louis Winthrop's life is completely opposite compared to Billy Ray Valentine. Winthrop was dressed completely opposite with Valentine. He is wealthy despite the fact that he does not work hard for it. He has a butler that will serve him at all times.
Will Miss Penelope be dining with you this evening, sir? Yes.
There are various place settings in the movie. First is Philadelphia. The commodities brokerage firm Duke and Duke Commodity Broker that are owned by Randolph Duke and Mortimer Duke are located in Philadelphia. Next is jail. Valentine is arrested at Winthrop's insistence after he accused Valentine of robbing him.
I'm getting married. Anna wants your bag, man. Quart of blood taken. Do that, a quart of blood will drop out of it.
Another scene in jail is when Winthrop is arrested and stays in jail after being framed as a thief, drug dealer, and philanderer by Clarence Bax, a man on the Duke's payroll.
Kids, you are looking at 3 to 5 mandatory. Lewis.
Third is the trade center. Trading commodities by the brokers happen in the trade center. What is the main issue in this movie? The primary issue the film is attempting to convey is how Winthrop and Valentine earn hundreds of millions in an hour on the trading floor and at the same time bankrupt Duke and Duke. The main issue in this film was solved by short-selling the frozen concentrated oranges future contracts at high price. At the commodities trading floor, Duke and Duke are determined to purchase frozen concentrated oranges future contracts, which they will legally pledge to purchase the commodities in the future. The Dukes instruct their broker to buy as many contracts as possible before the crop report is disclosed to the public. The Duke's brother expects prices to rise higher once the report is released, so that they will profit greatly. Mr. Biggs was hired by the Dukes to be their secret agent to obtain the report to them before someone else knew. Winthrop and Valentine are unfortunately got the report before the Dukes did, and providing them with misleading information that the price will go up. The dukes believe that the harvest was lower than usual due to poor weather. Dukes therefore anticipate high prices since there is a poor supply but high demand. However, the real report shows the contrary, in which harvest was not impacted by severe weather and the supply is plenty. Thus, the opportunity for Winthrop and Valentine to short sell exists, as both of them are aware that the price is going to fall. Trading starts at 102 cents per pound, and once everyone was aware that dukes are attempting to control over the commodity or stock in order to manipulate their price, the others attempted to obtain the contracts, raising its price. At the same time, Valentine and Winthrop were on the trading floor, but they are not selling at the moment. Both of them are waiting until the price goes up very high before they can start to drop it down, since they must maximize the high-low pricing spread. When the price hits 142, Winthrop shouts, "Sell at 142 in April." Now they are entering into short selling by selling future contracts that they don't own. Nonetheless, they believe they can buy the contract at cheaper price later and therefore earn profits. The other brokers purchase from Winthrop and Valentine because they believe the price will increase since the Duke's brothers are using the same technique. However, the future supplies of juice make the price decrease. The trade continued until the crop report was released. When everyone stopped to listen to it, the price is reduced to the initial 102. Winthrop made their second action by buyback when the price fell to 46. That is the spread they waited for, which is sell at 142, buy back at 46. They need to buy much of the worthless contract to get their position. In principle, they are only the purchasers remaining on the floor. It is vital that they do not purchase directly from the Duke's broker. They want them to hold onto a lot of those contracts they acquire at excessive rates. When the trade ends, the price drops to 29 cents per pound and all their short-selling contracts have been completed. It is impressive within 1 hour on the trading floor, Winthrop and Valentine are able to earn high profit. Nonetheless, the Duke's brothers face a $394 million margin call, making them completely moneyless. Purchasing margin shares implies that you are borrowing money in order to purchase more shares than you have available in cash. The Duke brothers did this by thinking that they had a certain bet based on their insider information, which is false. Following the price declines, when your asset's value is too low, the exchange will issue a margin call requiring you to pay immediately. They become bankrupt as a result of their inability to do so. Moving forward to finance theory of product. There are several finance theories of products that I have identified in this film. One of them is the derivative market. A derivative is a financial instrument whose value is determined by or derived from the benchmark value of an underlying asset or group assets. The derivative is an agreement between two or more parties. Bonds, stock, commodities, currency, interest rates, and market indices are the most usual underlying assets for derivative. In these films, commodities are the assets that are being portrayed, which are often required via brokerage firm, and the brokerage firm in this film is Duke and Duke Company. Next is future contract. Future contract is a legally binding agreement to buy or sell a certain commodity, asset, or security at a pre-agreed price at a future date. To facilitate trading on a future market, future contracts are standardized in terms of quality and quantity. When a future contract is purchased, the buyers assume the obligation to purchase and receive the underlying asset upon expiration of the future contract. Meanwhile, the seller of the future contract assumes the responsibility for providing and delivering the underlying asset on the contract's expiry date future. Future contract can be sold even when the seller does not yet own any of the commodity. In the trading place scenario, Winthrop and Valentine initially sell orange juice future for approximately $1.45 per unit, which is a price inflated by the Duke themselves. The Duke brothers buying causes other trades to think that the Duke are attempting to monopolize the market and to cause a panic buying. Then, when the price decreases as a consequence of the publication of the actual crop report showing a huge harvest, Winthrop and Valentine buy futures at around $0.22 per unit. Therefore, for every unit they had previously was sold at $1.45 and bought at only $0.22, which let them earn profit at more than $1.23 per unit.
Next is margin call.
Margin call occurs if the value of an investor's margin account falls below a certain level of a required amount. Margin accounts contain assets that have been purchased using borrowed funds and the investor's own funds. A margin call is a particular term that refers to a broker's requirement demanding the investor to deposit more funds or security in their account to bring up to the required minimum value that is known as maintenance margin. If the traders does not deposit additional money, the broker may compel the trader to sell the asset regardless of market price in order to fulfill the margin call. A margin call is typically an indication that the value of one or more securities in a margin account has dropped. In the event of a margin call, the investor must choose between increasing the balance in their account by depositing additional money or liquidating part of their assets by selling it off. In this film, the Dukes are unable to provide the $394 million needed to meet its margin call. Hence, the exchange managers orders their seats liquidated and their business and personal assets become seized and effectively declare bankruptcies.
Do you think the same issue might happen in our country, and why?
Answering to the question, this issue might not happen in our country nor in today's market because restriction and regulation prohibit precisely what occurs in the film. When price rises too high and particularly when they fall too low, the so-called circuit breakers restrict or stop trade. Circuit breaker is a regulatory emergency tool to halt exchange trading temporarily. Circuit breakers are in place to try to curb panic selling. They can also be triggered on the way up with panic buying. The regulators have also recently adopted the Eddie Murphy rule, which has extended the insider trade rules to the future contract market using regular securities. The objective is to avoid the kind of insider trading that took place in the film.
My opinion,
the movie is suitable for anyone who wants to watch films related to finance, as these films depicts the most serious issue regarding stock trading in the US stock market. This is an excellent comedy. It is relatively impressive since it does not confine itself to sitcom manipulations of its concept and doesn't just refer to the obvious things about racist prejudice in America. Instead, it develops the habits and uniqueness of his characters to the point where they are amusing just for being themselves.
moving forward to the impact and recommendation.
After watching the movie Trading Places, this entertaining 1980s comedy gave me more knowledge about banking and trade. From this movie, I have learned and seen how stock trading was usually done back in the 80s. Randolph Duke and Mortimer Duke are the financial market traders that own a brokerage firm. This movie shows that the Duke brothers goes from the peak of his US stock market trading career to the bottom in a very shocking time frame, which is something that makes people surprised and may let people reflect and think on the global financial industry drawback. I highly recommend this movie to all the stock market lovers or people who are just interested in what is going on in the financial market worldwide.
That's all from me. Thank you.